So why was Sir Alex Ferguson's mind game so effective? Well, he was a master at getting inside his opponents' heads and disrupting their focus. He was skilled at using the media to his advantage, and he was known for making provocative statements that would rile up his opponents. This would often cause them to lose focus on the game and to make mistakes. Additionally, he was known for using psychological tactics to motivate his own team and keep them focused on the task in hand. All of these factors combined made him a formidable and a highly successful manager. So another example of Ferguson's psychological tactics was his use of the hairdryer treatment, which was a term used to describe his fiery temper when he was unhappy with his team's performance. By berating his players in front of the whole room, Ferguson was able to motivate them to perform better in the next game. Alongside this, Ferguson was known for his ability to spot young talent and develop them into world-class players. By building a team that was not only talented, but also mentally tough and resilient, he was able to create a winning culture and a mentally strong squad at Manchester United that lasted for decades. Ferguson was also known for his ability to build strong relationships with his players, which helped him to get the best out of them. For example, he famously took David Beckham under his wing when he was a very young player at Man United and helped him to develop into one of the best players in the world. Another example of Ferguson's psychological tactics was when he used his squeaky bum time phrase, which he used to describe the pressure the title run in. By using this phrase, he was able to keep his players focused and motivated during the most crucial stages of the season. Ferguson was also known for his ability to rotate his squad effectively. He was a master at keeping his players fresh and motivated, and he would often keep opponents guessing by the changes which he could make in the upcoming games. Ferguson was known for his ability to inspire his players with his pre-match team talks. He would often give rousing speeches that would motivate his team to perform at their best, and he had a talent for finding the right words to say to get his players fired up. In the 1999 Champions League final against Bayern Munich, Ferguson famously told his players at half-time,
"By the way, at the end of the game, that cup's sitting right there, and you can't do a thing about it. It's not your property. You can't touch it. It doesn't belong to you."
This inspired his team to score 2 goals in injury time, win the game, and complete a historic treble. Ferguson was known for his ability to adapt his tactics to suit his opponents. He was a master at analysing his opponent's strengths and weaknesses, and then coming up with a game plan that would exploit their weaknesses and neutralise their strengths. This made him a formidable opponent. In the 2007-08 season, Manchester United were battling with Chelsea for the Premier League title. Ferguson famously said that Chelsea were the team of the year, which put pressure on them to perform and caused them to slip up in the title race. Manchester United ultimately won the league that season. Another example of Ferguson's mind games was his ability to manipulate the media to his advantage. For example, he would often praise his opponents in the press in order to lull them into a false sense of security, and then use this to his advantage on the pitch. His ability to create a sense of fear and uncertainty among rival player and managers was unmatched. And so who can forget the famous Kevin Keegan rant in 1996?
When you do that with footballers, like he said about Leeds, I've kept really quiet, but I'll tell you something. He went down in my estimation when he said that. We have not resorted to that, but I'll tell you, you can tell him now, if you're watching it, we're still fighting for this title, and he's got to go to Middlesbrough and get something. And I'll tell you, honestly, I will love it if we beat them. Love it.
Unfortunately for Kevin Keegan, Ferguson's side did go to Middlesbrough and get something, while Newcastle drew both of their final 2 games of the season. Manchester United won the league by 4 points, and Newcastle are still wondering how they managed to bottle it all these years later. So I think it's fair to say we have yet to see any Premier League manager come close to Sir Alex Ferguson's ability to get the most out of his squad whilst outsmarting his opponents. But as always, give me your input and tell me what you think in the comments.